Okay, today I thought I'd show you some of the accessories or backup parts I decided to order for my Bambu Lab A1 Mini. And initially the website was showing most of these things on back order, but I went ahead and placed an order anyway. I got them within a week, so I guess they had them irregardless. So let's just grab boxes at random here. As you can see, this one says it's a silicone sock. So I figured eventually if I end up having to change tips a lot or move things around, they might break. And they send you 3 of the silicone socks. Let me look on the website right here for the price. So it was $3. So it's $1 a sock. Dirt cheap to have. And apparently getting the silicone socks on and off is not the easiest thing to do, so I figured I might tear one or break one or something. So I went ahead and got that for $3. No big deal, right? What do we got here? It says hot end with stainless steel nozzle 0.4. That's the size nozzle that I like to use. So I went ahead and ordered one of these. Let's see what they send you. Okay. There's a bag with 2 screws in there, and then there's your whole nozzle heatsink assembly. Very strange nozzle on these printers. Look at that little teeny thing. Nothing like any of my printers in the last since 2015. And what was that? It cost there's the 0.8 for $12. 0.4, $9.99. So it's $10 to replace this whole part. Quite reasonable, I think, as long as it's not something you have to replace very often or wear out or anything. So I'm glad I've got that. What do we have next? It says hot end heating assembly. So I figured, well, I've burned out heaters and broken thermocouples on just about all my printers through the years. I've had more than 20 different printers, and I still have 10 different ones out there. So let's see, what's this go for? Where is it? Light hub, hot end heating assembly. So this is one of the more expensive parts. This was $20, $19.99. So that's what it looks like. It's the clip assembly, the heater, the thermocouple, and a connector. There's a little connector back in there. And a little bag of desiccant. So I guess should I ever need to replace my heater or the thermocouple or any of that, I'll have the part on hand and I won't have to, since it's specific to this printer, it's kind of nice to have it. The heat bed nozzle wiper. This is on the back of the heat bed. There's a metal plate that's used for wiping and cooling the tip between startup steps, and there's also the silicone rubber brush type thing that a nozzle rubs onto to clean. So here's 2 of the little metal plates. Got 2 of those. They send you 2 of the brush things that the nozzle rubs against. This is mainly what I was interested in getting because I figured that these would get worn over time. Let's see what those cost. And here we are, $5.99, so $6. I got all 4 parts, so that's quite reasonable. Basically, if you're in the U.S., this just says it's U.S. store, bambulabs.com. So, oh, there's a bunch of screws in the box too for attaching these 2 different bags of screws. Okay. And replacement filament cutters. Well, as you know, the Bambu Labs cuts the filament before it retracts filament in and out. And if you're doing multi-color prints and stuff, this gets used a lot. If you're just running a single spool of filament and changing just every now and then, I imagine the cutter blade would last a long, long time. But the cutter blades are going to get dull. They are going to wear out. So I went ahead and ordered those. Let's see what the cutter blades are going for. And wiper arms. Must be on the next page. There's several pages of parts. Cover, top, motors, touch screens. Should have had these brought up before. It seems like they were like $6 or something. I must have looked right at them and went past them because you know it's something you're going to wear out. I see the filament cutter lever. PTF2. Alright, well I'm not spotting them on their page right now. Maybe if you don't spot them, that means they're out of them. Maybe it means the back order. But that's what the little blades look like, and you get 3 of them. I don't remember it being very much money. Unfortunately, I can't look it up to tell you. Wasn't smart enough to write it on the box when they arrived, so I'd remember. Okay, and this I decided just to go ahead and get the big part cooling fan. This whole assembly down here, the nozzles, everything, the fan, it's all one big piece. I didn't get the fan that cools the hot end, just the part cooling one, because it seemed to be the more specialized looking one of the whole thing. So you can see the fan and everything, it's all seems to be quite specialized to this printer. So I thought it might be a good idea to get that. There's some mounting screws down in the box down in there. And the most important thing for me was to get the smooth PEI sheet. I personally don't like textured PEI sheets. I don't have any use for them whatsoever. If I want texture on a part that I'm printing, I'll design the texture into that part to begin with. In many cases, the surface that's on the print bed is a visible part, or if it's a mechanical part like a gear or a sliding part, I don't want a texture on that. So had to get the plate, and the plate was expensive. Let's see, bamboo smooth plate, $24.95, so $25. Now it is double-sided, so I have both sides to use, but just had to break down and spend the money on that because I'm not a fan of textured plates whatsoever. And I think that's about it for the spare parts that I thought would be good to have on hand in case there's ever some sort of failure or anything like that. I can probably keep it going. I may add in the future possibly the small fan that's on this side that cools the hot end, because then I'll know I'll have all the mechanical parts that are really involved in the cooling and heating of that. I didn't bother to get the stepper motors. They do sell those because I've never actually had a stepper motor fail on any of my printers, even the dirt cheap ones, so that didn't seem like anything I would need. But it was just a heads up on some of the parts that I thought were worth getting, and frankly most of them are extremely reasonably priced. The only one that seemed overpriced to me really was the smooth PEI sheet, and frankly the machine should have come with the smooth one in the first place, and people that like the textured should have had to buy the textured one. But there you go.